G'day guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another episode of Wasteland Survival. So in the last episode we went to space and we mined ourselves a whole bunch of platinum and uranium. So let's just see how much platinum and how much uranium we actually got. So if we have a look for platinum, we can see that I have about 345 ingots and I've got about 1.36k of uranium ingots. Now, the uranium ingots, I probably already had around about, I don't know, 800. But anyway, I think I got around about 550 to 600 ingots of uranium. So realistically, I didn't really get that much more than what we had already from the wreck. But yeah, I think we did okay. So now, obviously, in the last episode, we finished up the episode by starting to build the reactor room. Yeah, so I guess today is going to focus on getting all of this done. So obviously I need to finish welding up these walls, laying out all these catwalks, and then, you know, weld up the reactors. Now, the thing is, these reactors, they require 2,000 reactor components. So I have calculated that with the amount of gravel that I have left, I think I have about 11,000 gravel. So yeah, you can see I got 11,100. So with that, I think I'll be able to build around about 1,600 reactor components. And I believe I already have around about 274. So believe it or not, I'm going to need to go and mine some stone, which, yeah, you remember I said at the beginning of the series, don't ever really get rid of your gravel unless you are sure that you're never going to need it. And this is the reason why. Because when you try and build reactor components, you need an absolute ton of gravel. So unfortunately, that is us. So we're going to have to go and mine a whole bunch of stone just to get that gravel. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's get started with finish welding up this room here. So yeah, as I said in the last episode, our batteries are going to be here, so I'll just kind of weld this up so you can get a bit of a better idea of what this is going to look like. Yeah, so this is pretty much what it's going to look like. So on each wall we're going to have our batteries here, and then yeah, so alright, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to get rid of these reactors for now, and then I'm going to finish laying out the roof and the flooring and all that sort of stuff, and then we're going to go from there and we're going to like weld all that stuff up. So anyway guys, I will see you in a second. Well, I didn't get too far before I kind of got annoyed with having to go all the way from here to back into this room and then to that cargo container over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run a conveyor tube, and I'm going to do that now. So alright, well, let's start from this point here. So I'll just drill a hole underneath the floor, and then we're basically just going to go straight from this point onwards. Right, cool. Well, we've reached our conveyor, so now we can start laying down some conveyor tubes. So again, I'm probably going to put a large conveyor junction here, and the reason why I'm going to put a junction here is so that you can't see the gaps in between this and, you know, the other conveyor tubes. Then from there, I'll run another 90-degree angle conveyor tube like that. And then from there, I'm going to put a conveyor tube like that. And then I'll just be able to run my conveyor tube all the way under the floor here and then up into this reactor. So here will be a junction and the rest will just kind of be tubes. Alright guys, well, once I've laid these out, I will be back. Alright, well, that's all finished now. So now we've got a nice little conveyor system running underneath the floor. And I've placed down my cargo container, and then while I was at it, you can see that I've run the conveyor over to here, and our second reactor is going to end up there. So if we just bring up our reactors,
then you can kind of see that one's going to be there and another one's going to be there. So
energy critical.
Yeah, I always like to put these cargo containers in these rooms, because then it's just really easy to withdraw components from here. So, you know, we can just withdraw all of our steel plates. And then, yeah, so we don't have to continually go back into the other room to get them. So, alright, the only problem is that I do need to go all the way back into the other room to get to my medbay. Now, I'm not sure where I really want to put these medbays. I'm thinking that once that room there is complete, then maybe I can make a room that goes off from here and put the medbays in that room. Yeah, I don't know. I had thought about making another hallway off of this one, but I think after this airlock here, maybe what I might do is create an elevator that goes up to the next level. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of getting a little bit far ahead of myself. And then obviously, you know, after this is done, I need to go and mine myself some stone, believe it or not. I'm still struggling to come to terms with the fact that I need to mine some stone. And then once we've mined some stone, then I can build all my reactor components and we can get this room done. And then after this room is done, then I need to think about, you know, the room across the hall, which is going to be for the O2H2 generators. And then, yeah, so I think with the O2H2 generator room, what I'm probably going to do is I'll make it very similar dimensions to the cargo room that we've got. That is across the hall from the refinery room. So, you know, it's probably going to be one block wider than this room that I'm welding up right now on either side. And yeah, pretty much exactly the same size as the cargo storage room. So it'll be as long as that as well. And then I've got to kind of figure out an arrangement for the O2H2 generators, but I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to do for that. So I have some ideas. Yeah. Anyway, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish welding up all this stuff, and then when it comes time to putting in all the batteries, then I'll see you guys then. Okay guys, well, I've welded up quite a bit of this and I thought I would get some of this on camera. So yeah, we're kind of getting to the point where you can kind of see the shape of the room as such. So you can see it's a much more compact room than what I've designed before. So yeah, obviously I've put these 3 blocks here just to kind of mimic, you know, what the dimensions of the reactor is going to be. Obviously it's going to be there, so this is kind of like the outer edge of it. But yeah, you can kind of see that there is that a little bit of voxel there? I think it is too. Oh damn, I don't know how I'm going to get rid of that. Oh well. I had no idea there was any reavers close to me. Damn, maybe I should keep my HUD on, hey? Gee, you know what? It's a lucky thing that I didn't have my antenna on either. Otherwise, we would be toast right now. So, actually, you know what? Nah, that's okay. I'll just continue on. Right, now, so as I was saying, yeah, that little bit of voxel distracted me. So, what I'll do is, actually, I'm going to leave my HUD on this time. So, but now what I got to do is basically just place down these blocks here, and they will go like that. So I'll just place them on either side of these, then I'll spin them around, place them there like that, place them over there like that. I've totally got distracted by those reavers. Hey, just absolutely lost my train of thought. Oh well, I guess that's what they're there for, isn't it? Alright, so we'll just continue placing these blocks down here like this, and then we'll place these blocks down, and they're going to be like that. And you can see, like, kind of what I've done this time is I've actually drilled out the room 1 block higher than what I normally would. Normally I would go through later on and kind of drill out these tunnels here, but I think doing it this way has made it a lot easier to place these blocks down. So I think that's what I'm going to do next time as well. And while I was welding all of this stuff up, I had kind of a thought. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this way or not, but when I go and build the O2H2 generator room, I think what I may end up doing is making it so that at the end of that room we'll have like another doorway like what we have here, and it will go another 4 blocks through, and then at the end of that will be another room, and that will be full of hydrogen tanks. So I don't know, yeah, it's just a thought I guess, but I reckon that would look pretty cool. But I guess we will have to wait and see what that will look like. Alright, and we are done. So I think that is all the blocks done. Let me just double check that. Yeah, cool. So that's all done. Now, so, alright, let's have a look at this side bit here where I'm going to put my batteries. So as you can see, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 batteries per side. So we're going to have 16 batteries. Now, I could kind of grind this out here, and then I could have another level of batteries there, but I'm not sure if I want. So this will obviously be a total of 16 batteries, but if I put another layer up there, that'll be like 32 batteries, and yeah, I don't know, I think that might be a little bit of overkill. Yeah, actually, I do think it will be a fair bit of overkill, so I don't think I'm going to go that many batteries. Alright, anyway, let's... I think now it might be an appropriate time to sort out some lighting, so let's withdraw a whole bunch of components for a whole bunch of interior lights. And I don't know why I'm going to the cargo container in the hallway, because I built one in there for this specific purpose and I'm not even using it. So I think what I'll do is I'll place the lights here. And then, so, and we don't really have a middle space, do we? So, alright, then I might have to place some lights there, and then just some lights here, just for symmetry's sake. And then we'll place another set of lights here like that, and then maybe I'll have to place one there like that, and one there like that. Very similar to what I did in the other room. Alright, well that's all of those lights welded up. Now, because of the fact that we have reavers everywhere, I've had to go and disable all of my remote control panels. So yeah, there is that as well. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to kind of adjust these lights on the fly. So I'll try and do it as best as I can. So let's find our interior lights. This is a bit of a shame. I've got... Is this all the interior lights here? I think it might be. I wonder where these ones are. I don't even remember where they are. Darn. I should have labelled all of these. So, alright. Let's label this one. And it should be all the ones that aren't actually coloured. So, and the radius is defaulted to 3.6. So let's rename all the ones that I can find. Alright, I think that's all the lights. So let's just double check here and see what we've got. So I should have 10 lights on the roof. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, cool. So that should be all of our lights. I'm not sure where those other lights are. I really don't know. I might just have to... Alright, well, I'll figure that out later. So let's just set these ones. I think I might set the distance to maybe 11. We'll try 10.5 meters for the radius. Fall off, we'll set that to 2.0. Intensity 1.2. Alright, let's see how we're looking now. So let's stand here and see how we're looking. Yeah, I think I might need to increase the range of those lights just a little bit. Alright, so let's try this again. Let's increase that to around about 11.5. And the intensity is set all correctly. Yeah. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good actually. It's not too bright and it's not too dim. So I think what I'll do though is for this room, rather than, because like these batteries and these walls are kind of, you know, blocking where I would usually put my corner lights, because I would usually hide them in between here, just in these corners here. But I think in this base or in this room, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place down my catwalks like this. So I think we'll make them this color, right? I can't actually remember which color these need to be. This one here can actually be just like a open catwalk. So we'll place an open catwalk here. Then we'll place a catwalk with a railing there. And we will do the same there. I believe we'll do the same there. No, we won't. Grind that out. Place an open catwalk here. And a catwalk with a railing. And then we'll place another catwalk there like that. Although, even though I can get away with a catwalk like that, I kind of do like the way that these catwalks bend around. So maybe I will put a catwalk with a railing there, just so that it looks a little bit better. So you can kind of see on the model there, you can see that it's like got a crosshatch pattern. So you've got like your railings or your supports underneath the catwalk itself, and it's got this like nice little corner piece there. So I think I'll just use that, even though I don't need to. And then from there we'll place these will just be regular grated catwalks, and then from here we can basically place in a catwalk with a railing on either side of here. So where's my catwalk with a railing? Is there, and then there, and then we can place our straight catwalks like that, and then again we can place our catwalks with our railings, and then we'll continue on this theme. So here we'll have catwalks. And remember, the batteries are going to be there, so that's the only reason why I'm putting these catwalks here like this. And then here will be a catwalk with a railing on the right, like that. Same with that one. And then this one can be just a regular catwalk. And then this one again can be a catwalk with a railing. Then a straight catwalk, then a catwalk with a railing, and then a corner catwalk, and then I think we can go with one of these, and then one of those there, and then from there, let me place it. Then from there we can place a catwalk that goes like that and like that. And then on here I can have some stairs that go downwards. Now I think this time around I may even just use just the single stairs, because I don't really need to create an extra level in this room like I have with a lot of the others. So I can just place some stairs like that. And then, yeah, so I think we can just get away with that this time. It doesn't really matter too much. Right, so that's all the stairs placed. That's everything placed. So now if we grab our reactors and we... Whoop, wrong block. What am I doing? So the reactors are going to be dark grey. I'm going to place them there like that. So, you know, we'll be able to access the port here. And then on this side, you can see that we'll have like our... Oh, what do you call it? Our, just the light that's coming from the reactor. The green light to say that it's on or it's off. Hey, let's get rid of that. We don't need that. And then, yeah, so we'll just place our other reactor right there like that. So, and you can kind of see why I didn't really want to put the reactor, you know, one block away from the wall. I think it's too much, like as you walk into the room, just to have a reactor right there, you know, in your face. So, yeah, that's the reason why I've tried to lay it back 2 blocks. And then also, yeah, anyway, so back to what I was trying to say before. I kind of got distracted with putting these catwalks down. So what I will do is I plan to put in my corner lights like there and there, but actually, yeah, I've got to kind of figure out this though. So let's get rid of that. Let's find this. Let's find our corner light. Alright, so that's the only other corner light that we have. Alright, so I need to make this probably 170 by 100, I believe it was. So this is going to be our reactor room accent light 1. Alright, I'm going to copy that. Now, what I want to do is just play with the offset a little bit, so you can see the offset is moving down. So I don't know if that's really what I want. I think I would prefer to have the ability of the offset to go that way. Then again, I don't know if I really want it to be offset from the wall too much. Maybe I do want it to go down. Alright, let's yeah, alright, let's see how we go with this. Alright, so let me just place all these lights down. Critical. And I'll spin them around this way. Oh no, need construction components. Awesome, alright, cool. So we'll spin them around like that, and we'll place them all down. Right. Actually, no. Let's go into the control panel here. Let's label them all. So you can see all these incomplete ones are going to be, you know, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now they're all renamed. So what I can do is I can pre-adjust the color. So we'll make them 170 by 100. And we'll leave the offset at 0.5. So let's actually select all these. Where's my other? Oh yeah, there it is. There's my accent light. So offset is 0.5. Alright, cool. So let's weld all these up. Okay. So that's all of those welded up. And I would... Really? Am I out of oxygen? That's almost never happened. That is weird. Alright. Now we're not running out of oxygen. Although I am going to run out of power. Alright. Let me go recharge my power and then I'll be back. Alright. Finally recharged my power. Now let's go in here and let's have a look at this. So as I was saying before, what I wouldn't give to have my antennas back I just think that would be so much easier than trying to do it this way. But yeah, that is the price I need to pay for enabling the Reavers. So let me just adjust the radius of these lights to like maybe about 8 meters. So how does that look? Oh, the intensity is way too high. Let's adjust the intensity of these to 0.8, I think, or maybe 1.2. Set the fall off to 2 like it is everywhere else. And yeah, I think that looks alright. How's that look? It is a little bit bright though. Maybe I need to adjust. So let's try this. Let's adjust the interior lights on the roof. So reactor room, roof light. Select all them. Let's reduce that to about 10.5. And let's dial down the intensity just a little bit, and then let's do the same for this. So we'll dial down the intensity just a little bit, and let's see how we're looking now. Yeah, I think that is a little bit better. Alright, cool. Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish putting down all of the batteries, and once I've done that, then we're going to start moving the charge from all the other batteries into the base to the ones in this room. So, alright, I'll see you guys in a second once I've finished up all the placements for these batteries. Alright, cool. That's all the placements for the batteries done. So now what we can do is go ahead and we can place in all of our batteries. Now, remember I said I wanted to make them this color, and I am going to orientate those like that. So let's place all of our batteries in. Oh yep, cool. It's a good thing that these are a mirror image of each other. So let's place them all like that. Now what I need to do from here is, let's first name all of these. So what I'll do is I'll grab my batteries. So you can see that these are all of our batteries. So I should have 16 here. So 16, yeah, cool. Alright, so we've got 16. So now we have our hanger batteries and our lower command batteries. So that's all the batteries that we have in the base existing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name these just Wasteland Battery, or Wasteland Base Battery 1 through to 16. So we'll quickly rename all of these. 16. Alright. Well, that is all of them renamed. Actually, let me just make sure I actually spelt all that correctly. Yeah, cool. Alright, that would be really annoying if I had to go through and rename all 16 of those batteries all over again. Alright, cool. I think this room's looking pretty good now. So yeah, obviously now what I got to do is, yeah, just weld all these up, I guess. So what I'm going to do is find a battery, and then I'm just going to add them to the build planner. So we'll add as many as what we can. But obviously this is going to take me a while to weld these up because battery components are massive. So I think you got to make probably a couple of trips per battery, I would say. So yeah, it's really going to take me a while. So what I'll do is I'll probably weld a lot of these up off camera. Alright. So yeah, as I was saying, I'll probably weld up a lot of these, and then once I've done them, I'll be back. Right, finally we're done. Actually, it didn't take me too long. In fact, I've been able to build this entire room pretty quickly, to be honest with you. I think in no small part thanks to this elite welder, it definitely makes a huge difference. So anyway, obviously you can see that all the batteries are now done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer the power from the old batteries into these ones. So what I'm going to do is go into my control panel here, and we can see the... So let's find batteries. So these ones are charging it at current input of 908 kilowatts, and I think that is entirely from the wind turbines. But what we're going to do is we're going to grab our hangar batteries and we're going to set these to discharge, and then I'm going to grab my lower command center batteries and I'm going to set those to discharge as well. So now when I go back into the control panel here, we can see that our current input hasn't really changed. That is interesting. Let's just double check what's going on here. Wind turbines, they're going pretty crazy. I think there might actually be a storm outside. Oh, that's kind of good. Wait, is there? No, the weather's okay in here. Hang on, is this room's airtight now, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. Alright, so yeah, maybe the weather is stormy outside. That's alright, I can't really tell. Now, anyway, I'm getting a bit distracted here. So let's go back to our batteries. So our hangar batteries, our current output is 6.98 kilowatts. Now, for some reason, the discharge on these batteries isn't really working. Alright, so we're going to have to kick this up a notch. So what I'm going to have to do then is grab all of these batteries, and I'm going to have to select these and set them to recharge. So now you can see that the current input is 12 megawatts. Now the lower command center batteries should be current output 7.69. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to set all of the batteries other than the, these lower command center batteries and these hangar batteries to recharge. So what should happen is all the power out of these will drain out, and then all of the power will end up in these Wasteland base batteries. So now what I need to do is kind of wait until the point where these are totally depleted, and then once they are, then from that point I can actually grind those down. Because basically what happens is when you grind down a battery, you kind of lose all the power that's in that battery. So let's go and let's have a look at those batteries now. And they should be blue, which they are. So now we just kind of need to wait until they discharge.
Critical.
Oh, awesome. Well, how fortunate that we are actually near the medbay for a change. That is quite nice. Alright. Let's see what these are doing. So yeah, we have our stored power is 2.75 megawatts. Now I could just wait around for those, but I don't know. Do I wait for them, or do I go and do something more useful with my time while I'm waiting for them? Alright, well I think while that's happening, let's have a look at our inventory, and I want to see what sort of ores I have. So large base, let's have a look here. So I've got 28,400 nickel, I've got a fair amount of iron, I've got a fair amount of cobalt, fair amount of silicon. Wow, I actually have a fair bit of silver. And I do have quite a bit of gravel. I've got less than nothing when it comes to gold. So what I need to do is I need to mine myself a whole heap of stone, which is, yeah, like I said, I'm still coming to terms with the fact that I have to mine that. Now I don't know if I really want to pull the rover out for a big trip like that. Maybe what I can do is, alright, what we'll do is we'll grab the miner, we'll turn the thrusters on.
No fuel.
Oh yeah, that's right, I set the batteries on this thing to recharge, didn't I? Where are my batteries? Minor batteries, minor batteries. There we go. Let's turn them to auto. Right, now we're in business. Right, now, as I was saying, I think what I'll do is I will just kind of see how much resources I can pick up. Yeah, just pick up stone with this and see how much I can get in one hit. How much gravel I can accumulate. And if I can only like accumulate 1,000 gravel per trip, then yeah, I'll have to pull out the rover and we'll have to kind of, yeah, use that to transport all of this stuff. Where was my mine, my old mine? There it is there. Alright, so let's go down here because this is something I've already done. And we'll just mine ourselves a whole bunch of stone. And I've already turned off my ejectors so that the mining ship doesn't just throw all the stone out. Alright, well I think that's about as much stone as we can carry. Yeah, like I said, I still feel weird just mining stone. I think it's just, yeah, it's a bit of a bizarre concept to me. What was that? There was something that popped up 25 kilometers away. I think that might have been a signal in space, maybe. I did also notice that that unknown signal that was there before kind of blew up. So, yeah, I'm not sure what the go is with that. Hopefully it didn't blow a hole near my base, but that's alright. Not a big deal, I guess. Alright, let's attempt to come in a bit slower here, which I'm not really doing. That's kind of good enough. Alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down there, buddy. There we go. That's better. Right, let's dock her up and see what we get. Okay, let's go to our... Oh, darn. I thought I could hear something going on, so I actually got to turn off the ejectors here as well. Let's go to our refineries, and it's probably gone through all of that. So we got... Let's see how much gravel we've got. So let's search gravel on this side. And I'm going to move all of my gravel from the refineries into this cargo container. So we had 11.1k before. Yeah, so as you can see, each full load of gravel from that mining ship, I only end up with about 2,500 gravel. Well, it looks like we are going to have to take the rover out to mine gravel. As strange as it sounds, we are going to have to do that. Damn, I really didn't want to have to go and mine a whole bunch of gravel. And I got to finish up these stairs at some point as well. Kind of got a little bit sidetracked, didn't I? Alright, well, let's jump back in our mining ship. Yeah, oh wait, I've got to put the thrusters on, don't I? Right, let's park this on top of the rover. Just scoot through there a bit. Alright, then we'll turn those off. Okay, now what we can do, so we can go through to here. Right, now, oh, looks like my handbrake isn't on. I'm just kind of locked to the connector here. So, yeah, that's the connector. Oh, actually, which connector is it? Top left, top right. Alright, so it's that connector there, so number 8. Try and remember that. Okay. Now we should just be able to drive straight out. Oh no! This little template is in the way. Alright, well let's see if we can't get around that, because I don't want to get rid of that just yet. Oh, that is very, very, very sketchy. Hey, yeah, that works out alright. Alright, well, I think I'll go up this way and we'll go to where that iron mine is, just because it's, you know, an area that is out of the way and I'm not going to have to look at the ugly holes in the mountainside. And it's near a nickel deposit as well, so I think while we're here we'll pick up a bit of nickel, we'll pick up a bit of cobalt, and we'll pick up a whole bunch of stone. Almost sound dirty saying that. Mining stone. Whoa! Alright, so let's try and slow down a little bit gentler than that. Let's get rid of that tree out of our way. We don't need that. Alright, let's park up here. Alright, that'll do. And then from here, I'm going to turn my reactors on. Right. Now let's go and do some stone mining. Now mine should be just up here, I think. Is that it? Yep, there it is. Well, I have mined myself a fair bit of materials, but I've just noticed that a reaver has popped up, so we're going to quickly head back to the rover and hightail it back to the base and hope he doesn't get too close. So, as I said, if he gets within 5 kilometers of us, then he's going to sense the movement and then come after us. So yeah, let's kind of go a long way around here and try and get back to the rover without him noticing what we're doing. Luckily, I have all the antennas everywhere turned off, so that is a good thing. So I've managed to mine myself about, and yeah, you can probably see that I'm in the other mining ship, the old one, and that's basically because I ran out of battery power in the other mining ships. So yeah, anyway, yeah, as I was saying, I've managed to mine myself probably about 900,000 stone, and just then I was mining myself some cobalt and, you know, just a couple of other bits and pieces, because I thought, you know, while I've got the rover out, I may as well, you know, fill it with as many things as what I possibly can. So let's have a look here for large, let's look for cobalt, and let's move everything across. So yeah, I got 95,000 cobalt, as you can see, 940,000 stone, 13,000 iron, 102,000, yada 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 yada. Anyway, let's try and focus here on this guy. So actually it looks like he's going away from us. Oh, fantastic. Alright, I thought he was going to come straight over the base, and then yeah, we're going to have to kind of hide from that point. But nevertheless, I'm still probably not going to stick around here for too long. So let's undo the handbrake and let's get out of here. And as you can see, the rover has sunk down quite a bit because it is absolutely chockers. And we're at 2.3 million kilos. So what I'll do is I will increase the strength a bit here to about 26% on the suspension, and then we'll head back to base. So I'm so glad that I adjusted the suspension, because I think it's made quite a big difference to how this thing handles. It's definitely made it a lot more... Yeah, like, it just turns faster, and you can actually turn the thing without it losing a whole heap of speed. So I think that's... yeah, it's worked out quite well. It's kind of a good thing that Reaver's headed in the opposite direction, thankfully. Yeah, and this thing can cruise along at a decent speed as well. Let's try and slow down a bit here. Tap on the brakes. There we go. Now I've got to try and avoid that drill guide again. Let's try and get some speed up here. Now, like I said before, I don't have any thrusters in this direction, so it does struggle quite a bit. It's a bit strange though, I didn't think I had the ore detector turned on. Maybe I do in this rover. Well, let's try and go around the side here again. See if we can't get this thing lined up again. Ooh. I could just grind it off, but actually, yeah, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. Let me just quickly grind back these bars that are coming out, and then I can kind of squeeze past a fair bit easier. Like I said, I don't want to get rid of that template just yet because I kind of want to use it for the O2H2 generator room. Ooh. Hang on. Let's take these batteries off charge. Put those on auto. Right. Now we're talking. So now, hopefully, with all that time that we've been gone, the batteries that are in the reactor room should now be fully charged. And the batteries in the rest of the base should be fully depleted, which is exactly what I wanted to happen. So, but I guess once we get back inside, we will see if that is indeed the case. So let me try and get this as straight as possible. And unfortunately, I can't use my camera here. In fact, what I can do though is I can use my camera on the bottom, so I can kind of straighten up that way. So as long as this is in the middle of this conveyor, then we should be kind of straight. Right, let me try and get this straight. Yeah, no, alright, I'm gonna have to go this way a little bit. Yep, this thing wasn't as easy as what I had hoped to dock up. Well, I'm gonna have to turn the antenna on the base on, and then I'm gonna have to turn the antenna of the rover on, just so that I can see what I'm doing with that camera. Where's my antenna here? Oh, it's okay. Remote access, terminal, camera, docking camera, base, view. Alright, so so now we might have better luck at getting this thing lined up. I hope so. I mean, this is what I have made the connector or this camera for. Alright, that's better. Oh my goodness, that was an ordeal and a half, I tell you what. Alright, well, now that that's connected, let's go and turn off all of our antennas. So, turn that off, and we'll turn the Nomad antenna off so as to not attract the attention of the Reavers. Alright, so next time I'll just use that camera and save myself all that grief. Oh man, the things we do to mine some stone, I'll tell you what. Now, hopefully it should be pulling through all the stone and then mining that for us. Now, let's see where our stone is. And no, it looks like all of the stone is not getting picked up first. So what I need to do is move all of these ores to after the stone in the Nomad, and then that'll mean that it will pick up the stone first. I mean, sorry, I need to move everything other than the stone out. So let's do that. Move the nickel out. Right, cool. Oh yeah. Ah, that should be right. I'll just leave that there. So we'll move the cobalt. I'll do the iron. Cobalt there. Put the iron there. Then I'll put silicon there. And then I'll move 50,000 of that over to that container there. So then it will probably go through those evenly. And then I'll put 220,000 there. Alright, so now it should pull through the stone and we should get ourselves a whole bunch of gravel. And then from there I can manufacture myself 4,000 reactor components. Oh, that's right. This thing has been disabled. Assembler 1 should be able to manufacture 4,000 of those, and then finally we can build our reactors. Alright, so while that's going, let's go and have a look at our batteries. So if we have a look at this battery, we can see that it's only got 273 kilowatt hours and it's fully depleted in 17 minutes. Let's go have a look at our other batteries in the reactor room and see how they're doing. Alright, cool. So they look like they're all fully charged. Yep, all 4 lights are yellow, which means they are all fully charged. So that is awesome. And I think I might just squeeze every last ounce of power out of these things. And it looks like they're going to be depleted in 16 minutes. And I actually thought that they would be depleted quicker than that. But what I'll do is I'll just make sure that the Nomad reactors are off. The minor reactors are off as well. And then let's have a look at our battery. Yeah, so again, it's still the same. So alright, cool. Yeah, so now I think the only thing I have to do is just kind of wait for everything to be built. Alright, cool. Well, I'll do that. I'll wait for all the components to be built, and then from there we can build our reactors. Alright, well, I've kind of figured out that it's probably not going to be so easy to build all of these reactors. So if I have a look in... Well, actually, no. First, let's bring up the reactor itself. And let's just have a look at the components that it requires. So you can see here that it needs 100 superconductors per reactor. But if I go into my inventory here, if we search for super, we can see that we only have 29 superconductors. So, and in order to build more superconductors, I need more gold. So yeah, I'm going to have to go out. I'm going to have to do a mining trip for some gold. Now what I've gone ahead and done is, while I've been gone, is I actually went and I searched for 2 gold mines. So you can see this one here in the crosshair and then that one there. So yeah, I found 2 more gold mines. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jump in the mining ship and we're just going to fly over there directly and then do what we need to do and then come back. Alright, so let's jump into the mining ship. Let's turn the thrusters on. And then, yeah, we should be good to go. Alright, cool. So, let's just try and squeeze through here. Whoops. Accidentally hit that one. Alright, and then I'll turn my front thrusters off. And we'll head over to these mines here. Alright, we've finally reached the gold mine. So, as you can see, it's a fair way off. Alright, let me just make sure that my ore detector is on, which it is. So now, what I can do is just drill straight down like I mentioned before. As I said in one of my previous videos, I didn't even know the ship could do this. So let's try and go as straight down as possible. And then I think what I'll do is I'll make a hole directly next to this so that I can get in and out easily when the ship is horizontal. Alright, well that's one hole dug. So let's go back a little bit here and let's dig another one right next to it. Awesome. Alright, so let's level out here so you can see that we've got ourselves a nice hole that we can start from. Alright, so I suppose I better turn my ejectors on because we're going to need them. Alright, well I think we've got about as much gold as we can get and the ship is running low on power, so I think it's time to head back to base. Alright, so let's get out of this hole that we dug before. So, alright, cool, we're free from the hole. Right, so I believe the base is over there where the respawn pod is. Alright, so let's head back. Obviously you can see that the weather is not exactly playing ball with us at the moment, so I can kind of just make out that mountain there and hopefully we don't crash into the side of it, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, that's a bit better. Now I can actually see what I'm doing. Alright, we're coming back on base. So I'll throw in my reverse thrusters here and then we'll try and come down as gently as we can. We'll try not to crash into the shuttle in the process. Ooh, I think I blew something up then. What did I blow up? I don't know what I blew up. Oh, looks like I didn't blow up anything. So hopefully we're all good. But I think I might have actually blown something up. Oh, we'll deal with that when we get back to base. Wait, did I blow up the connector? Oh, the connector's all good. Yeah, everything looks all good. All the thrusters are alright. Oh, we'll dock up and then we'll assess the damage later, I guess. And yeah, as you can see, the rover copped a little bit of damage when I was out mining all that stone. And the reason why it did is because the ejectors were still turned on. So when I docked to the rover, I actually ejected a whole bunch of stone in between the ship and the... so I'll just move all this to the refineries. So yeah, I actually moved, or like, there was a whole bunch of stone lodged in between the welding ship, or sorry, the mining ship and the rover, and yeah, it ended up getting damaged. So alright, cool. Well, that's all the gold put into the refineries. So now what we can do is we can start manufacturing all of our superconductors. Now you remember how in the last one I said that we need about 200? Wait, is it 200? I think it was 100 per reactor, wasn't it? Let me just double check this. So yeah, 100 per reactor. And how many do I have already? So I have got, let's search for superconductors. So I've got 29, so I need 171. So we will go to production. And I think that should be enough. So we'll see how we go with that. Ah, darn it. I keep selecting the wrong assembler. Let's just make sure. You know what? I'm just going to select assembler 1 and I'll just manufacture another 100. I don't really want to make any more superconductors than what I actually need. Alright, so we've got 213. Alright, cool. No, I won't worry about that too much. Alright, now let's focus on getting these reactors built. Okay, so now what I should be able to do is come into this room here, get rid of everything that is on my person, and then we can... Oh yeah, cool. So I've already placed one down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld up this reactor first, and then after I've welded this one up, I'm going to come back and I'm going to use the ports on the side of this one to basically withdraw the components for the next reactor. And then in between welding up this one and welding up the one on the other side of the room, what I'm going to do is grind out this cargo container that's sitting in the floor here, and then from there we can then place a conveyor down, and then from there we can place our other large refinery or reactor, sorry. So yeah, as you can see, we're gonna have to do a fair few trips to do this. And like I said, this is why you don't want to have, or you don't want to get rid of all the gravel that you've produced. Alright, cool. So that's one reactor done. Let's just make sure that there's nothing in this cargo container, which there is. So what I'm going to do is transport all of these materials into the large cargo container that's in the base. I'm going to grind, well actually no, sorry. Let's weld this up. Then let's withdraw the components for one conveyor junction. And then let's grind it. Then let's place down our conveyor. We'll weld up the conveyor. And then from there, we can place down our large reactor. So let me just jump upstairs here and do this. So I want it placed like that. Oh no, but I need steel plates. Alright, we're going to have to go out to the cargo container here. Okay, now this should be added to our build planner. And then from there, we can place that down there. And then we can start welding. Awesome. Alright, cool. Well, that is our 2 reactors built. So let's just get rid of the HUD here. So yeah, as you can kind of see, this is the reason why I didn't really want them to be 1 block away from the door, because as you walk through, you would kind of be greeted with this. So, alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these batteries, and I'm going to set them all to auto. Actually no, I'm going to set them to recharge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start grinding out all of these batteries. So how much charge have these got? 0 megawatt hours. Alright, cool. So let's grind all these out. And I'm going to lose all my power cells from these batteries. But that's fine, because I mean they're empty anyway, so we don't really need them anymore. Alright, so that's all the batteries in here done for. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill in these gaps while I'm here. It's not really necessary that I do so, but it will make me feel better, so we'll kind of do that now, I guess. So we'll put these blocks back. Do the same for the other side of the room. And then from there we'll go and weld these up. Alright, cool. That is everything welded up. Now we'll go down to the hangar and we'll get rid of all the batteries that are sitting here. I guess it's fine to leave them, but I kind of just want to get rid of them because I want all my batteries to be in one location. So let's see if we can kind of peek through here and yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. Okay, cool. So that is all of our power woes sorted out. So let's deposit everything into this connector here. And what I'll do is I'll head back into the power room. Or in fact, what I can do is I can just go to any control panel and we can select our batteries. So we'll select Wasteland battery and we'll set all these to auto. And now all these batteries should be at about 100%. Awesome. So let me just check one here and see what percentage it's at. Yeah, stored power 3 megawatt hours. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these reactors off because I don't really need them to be on and powering anything for the moment. So yeah. Alright, cool. I still think maybe I'll need to play around with the lighting in this room a little bit. But anyway, one thing I wanted to kind of do is I wanted to have a bit of a play around with the new blocks that they added in the last update. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in these passages with a light. And I'm just going to see what these look like in between, in like these little hallways in between the rooms. So we're going to place them there like that. Now this one works out pretty well. Like it's quite close to the or this one's butted up right against the door, but this one here we have this little gap. So anyway, let's weld these up and see how they look. Yeah, they don't look too bad actually. Alright, so what I'll do though is I'm going to select this color and we're just going to change the color of them to the darker color. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good actually. Let's get the components for this door and let's just finish that. Then we can kind of get a better idea of how this is going to look. And what color does that door need to be? It needs to be dark grey. So is that dark grey? Yes it is. Alright, cool. So now what I'm going to do, what are these blocks called actually? I don't really know. So passage 3 with a light. Alright, so let's go into the control panel and let's search for our passage. And let's set these to 170. And I believe it was 100. And then I'm going to set the fall off to 2. I'm going to set the intensity to 1.2. And we'll set the radius to 4. Turn my lights off. And yeah, that actually looks pretty cool. The only thing is, like I said, there's this gap here, which, I'm not loving this gap, to be honest with you. So I don't really know how to fix that though. I guess one way I could fix it is I could reverse these indents around the other way so that this part ends up here and then spin this door 180 degrees around. But, or actually what I could do is I could grind this door away. Then I could grab a door block and I could just place it here like this. So I could just do that. Is that the right color? But I don't know. I don't know which way looks better. Oh well, that's alright. That's something I'm going to have to play with, I guess. Alright guys, well unfortunately that concludes today's episode. So I think we got a fair bit done. You know, obviously we got all of our power systems up and running, and we got all the messy things out of the hangar and the base and the garage and all that sort of stuff. So I think next episode I'm just going to focus on actually cleaning up the base. There's a couple of things that I want to do. So, you know, first of all I want to add in some of these hallways around, and I think I may even reevaluate the whole situation where I've got 2 sets of doors, because I really don't need all of these rooms to be totally separate from each other. So yeah, I may just get rid of the second set of doors and then just make the hallway go all the way to the end near the room. The other thing is I probably want to start making a O2H2 generator room, just because, you know, that's what I want to do. And then the other thing is I kind of want to make a room that has some hydrogen tanks as well. And the other thing that I want to do is I kind of want to work on something to do with making my life easier when I'm coming in to dock this rover, because it is an absolute pain in the butt. And the thing is, I'm not sure. So when I was reading the mod description for the Reavers, I'm not sure if they say that, you know, if they're within a 10-kilometer radius of you, they can see any antennas. So I don't know if that means that they can see an antenna that is broadcasting at a 10-kilometer range, or, you know, if it's broadcasting in a range where they are a part of that range, they can see it, or if it's just on at all. So I need to clarify that fact, and if that is the case, then I can leave my antenna on with, you know, a 200-300 meter range and not have to worry about the Reavers, and then I can constantly use this camera. If that's not the case, then I think I'm going to have to build something on the back of this thing just so that I can line it up, because yeah, I spent probably 10 or 20 minutes trying to get this thing lined up, and I don't want to have to do that every time. And I always thought that the connector on the bottom was hard to do, but that was just insane. So yeah, that is another thing that I want to fix as well. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you in the next episode. So yeah, if you liked this episode, then please consider leaving us a like. And if you don't want to miss the next episode, then definitely consider subscribing. Alright guys, well I will see you next time.